Hey, so when is racism okay?
What?
So to catch everybody up, if you're hearing a little bit of a difference in quality of audio, first off, in the last episode, I apologize. Brian sounded amazing.
Right.
But the you and I sounded like we were in a different room, kind of yelling through the wall. Like it was
Great.
really bad.
Oh, no.
So for those of you who were able to, deal with that 55-minute episode, thank you so much. But this episode is brought to you by the Cliff House, or the Cliff Lodge, rather.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor, no.
Brought to you by, but somehow not brought to you by.
Brought to you by the fact that you have season pass benefits.
Yes.
We'll say.
Yes.
Here in Snowbird. And you got the canyon facing, although it is kind of road facing.
Yeah, I was like, what? This is very confusing. I'm like, so what is that facing? Like, because
So this, to me, when you said canyon, that's mountain.
Didn't I say mountain facing?
No, you said canyon facing.
Now I got to check my email. I swear I said mountain facing.
No. Yeah, you specifically told me canyon facing, and then we made the joke about how I confused canyon with road, and we elongated road for rude. It's like it was, you had to be there. But anyways, yes, road facing. However, giant mountain with a little bit of snow, not too bad.
I don't
not
even
too
know
shabby.
if that's showing. Well, I hope some of the snow shows up on the camera.
is
There's snow down there, and there's snow up there.
There is some white H2O over here. And I drove up here nice and safely. What? White H2O? We are in one of the beautiful rooms here at the Cliff Lodge, and we were gonna try and record in the lobby because they have a much more vast view of the mountain, the canyon, whatever you want to call it.
Slopes.
The slopes, there you go. But there was a very loud
Yeah, the AC unit was positioned directly above where we'd record.
Yeah. And then
it isn't impossible to record there. Unfortunately, that equipment is well beyond our budget.
Yeah, so we're in the room, which is fine.
I mean, we've recorded in hotel rooms before, and we've had much more bland backgrounds than this.
No, this is great. I mean, quite honestly, if you have an issue with this, I can't help you. It's definitely better than, what did you call it? Drab couch? It's definitely better than just a simple couch. So, but, like, we'll be recording here and there and everywhere from time to time.
Right.
Yeah. So Stray came over.
Yeah.
Finally.
Did you get her out to any snow?
No, unfortunately not. They're just... The closest that we got to snow was going to Park City.
Okay.
Okay.
Was there any snow on the ground?
Yeah, on the way up.
Did she get to touch snow?
No.
Oh.
There was a little bit of snow on the way up to Park City, so I was like, okay, well, if there's snow here, hopefully, like in a large field in Park City, where the dogs may roam, there will also be snow.
Nope.
There was not any snow.
You took the dogs to Park City?
Yeah.
How was that?
Fine.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, well, let me be honest. Like, we didn't bring them into Main Street though. Like, they stayed in the car. They have jackets and everything.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So they stayed in the car with their jackets. We went and had lunch, did a little bit of window shopping.
Went to Devanza's.
We went to Devanza's, and then we brought them to the nearby dog park where they met other dogs and frolicked and played, and that was a lot of fun. Estrella is, without a shadow of a doubt, deathly allergic to hay or something, whatever horses like to rub themselves on, because she was able to ride the horse at the 80 with no problem. She had a lot of fun. But just like an hour and a half later, you just saw like splotches of like allergic reactions popping up. So we got some Benadryl like stuff to wipe on her, and
right.
She's fine. There wasn't nothing to worry about.
Right.
But yeah, she was really happy to meet you guys, and
That's cool. Able to meet the lady with the fun hair.
yeah. She was definitely excited to meet Maddie. She's met you kind of digitally through,
Right. So she knew what I looked like.
She knew, she knew what you look like, especially with the videos that you and I have done. In the past.
Talk to us live and stuff like that.
Yeah, but the cats, oh my God.
Was that her favorite thing?
Of that day, I would have to say, yeah. I mean, even the planetarium, she had fun, but
She's like, yeah, but these aren't cats.
the laser pointer just kind of won everything.
That's fantastic.
She just loved that warehouse. Was just like, I'm gonna get this thing.
Oh, cheese, yeah.
Oh yeah, cheese, yeah. I'm just gonna do the thing, and it's gonna happen. And yeah, it was.
It sounds like we need to get you those shots so you can get a cat, so she can have a cat.
The problem is just looking at logistics, like having 2 dogs as it is.
Oh no, I'm not saying where you're at right now.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying this is an eventuality. Right now,
I would love to get a cat because Aurelia wants a cat.
Okay.
Okay. So I would love to get a cat and not have to worry about anything. Like when we left your place, I took the turn to get back onto State Street, and then boom, I felt something in my left nostril, and I said, "That's it." And then for the next hour and a half, just sneeze after sneeze after sneeze.
Jeez.
Yeah. Now I got home, I took a Claritin or whatever, and I was fine. Why I didn't take it beforehand, I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't ask me. You shouldn't ask these silly questions. Why did I bring it up? I have no idea.
Just digging your own hole here.
This is happening. I'm an honest guy. I don't mind putting myself on the chopping block.
For sure.
But yeah, I've talked to your wife, and I've talked to a few other people in the area about the steps I need to talk to an
allergist.
Yeah, I was gonna say allergenitalist, but that's not right.
Yeah, it's the allergies of your genitals. When your balls sneeze, it's a great thing. You're sitting somewhere and just all of a sudden you hear this. Achoo!
What was that?
No, don't worry about it.
Have some Kleenex? Okay, some Kleenex. All right.
Oh. Do you have a Kleenex? A little came out. A little what? Don't worry about it.
You ever wonder what smegma is? Oh. There you go.
Oh, no. We're going to have to NC-18 this podcast.
But no, I've definitely talked to a few people, and the only concern was as you had mentioned a number of times, is just being diligent about it, because you have to go and get, for lack of a better term, a booster every once in a while, right? Is that
when you're first getting set up, it's once a week or twice a week.
Yeah.
And usually, especially with your job right now, you're in the prime point to do it, I would say, because you're work from home and stuff like that. You can work on a laptop. Being able to just go there and work on your laptop for a half hour, because that's all it takes is you go in, they give you the shot, you have to stick around for 30 minutes just to make sure you don't have a epileptic seizure or something like that from the as long as you don't have anything like that, and then they just send you home. So you're in the prime state to be able to do that, because you don't have to you can take a half hour period and be remote.
I need to at a later date, I need to sit down with your wife too, because my issue when I'm booking these things is I'll just book it at a place and I won't do the proper double checking of, hey, do you accept my insurance? Because I've gone to a couple, case in point, you recommended I go see and do a sleep therapy thing or whatever, right. sleep study. Right?
Yeah.
And I did, and you were right. I have sleep apnea. Hey, awesome. Let's go get this guy a CPAP. Wonderful. I went to a place that did not accept my insurance. So guess how much it cost? It's a lot. We'll just say that. It's a lot.
This podcast sponsored by Kickstarter.
Please.
Kickstart his medical bills.
Kickstart my medical bills. That's it. But yeah, that's my problem. That because my primary physician, which does take my insurance, refers me to somebody else, and so in my mind, I'm like, well, if you refer me, I know you don't really have anything to do with insurance, but I hope you kind of have the wherewithal.
Have my back kind of deal.
But at the same time, I realize it's not really their job, but it also kind of is.
I would assume the same thing. Like if I was in your scenario, I would do the exact same thing of like, hey, I would think they're looking out for me, and I'm just going to go where they told me to go.
Right.
Like, how am I supposed to know any better? How am I supposed to know to like, yes, I need to bust out the yellow pages and start going through and be like, no, I need to go to that one. Right. Okay, do you take this insurance? No.
So for kids who don't know yellow pages.
Oh my gosh. It's a book of numbers, phone numbers. Like the most that you could ever imagine.
My mom took an ad out in the Yellow Pages because she was a PhD psychologist.
Oh, there you go.
And a marriage counselor. And so she used to take like tiny ads. Like the ones that are like, let's say $50. You get your name in there under psychologist, and I do marital psychology or whatever.
Right.
And she was getting no bites off of that. So she went ahead and spent the $300. So she got I want to say a quarter page ad where it's like this big.
Yeah.
And it's like, Dora Hannides, PhD psychologist. And it's got like a nice border around it and everything.
Yeah.
Clientele shut up. I'm like,
wow.
It was my first experience of ads, beneficial ads actually working.
Right.
And not tricking you.
Yeah.
Not subliminal, not just an ad for a toy. I don't count those. But,
I know what you mean. Just the kind of crap ads. Yeah. Like a genuine, just like, hey, cut and dry. I do this job. If you need me, here I am.
Yeah. Yeah. But this was back in the late 90s. So
I'm trying to remember the last time I used a Yellow Pages. Legitimately, used it. Didn't think, the computer will have the answer. I should bust out the Yellow Pages.
That's a great
or the
question.
White Pages. I don't remember what the difference was. One was for residential, right?
That's the White Pages. So the Yellow Pages were for commercial. Like if you want to go hire somebody, or if you want to go
find the phone number for whatever
pizza place.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But if you're trying to look up Art Vandelay, and he's just some guy that lives up on the Upper East Side.
Right.
You go to Vandelay.
No, but getting back to the point though, I think the last time I genuinely used it was when I was living with my aunt and uncle, and I think we even had a computer with internet access. I want to say, and I remember looking in the Yellow Pages for something, like a number for somewhere, because I don't remember if I had tried online and been couldn't find the answer.
Sure, because it wasn't fully fledged.
Yeah, there wasn't just Google Maps with literally every single business and every website and every
right.
It wasn't that kind of situation yet.
Not yet.
So
no.
I want to say it was then. So what year would that have to be? It would have to be 2008 or 9. I want to say.
Okay.
What about you?
I mean, because when I started using the internet as a main source of not just content intake, but seeking out knowledge and that sort of thing, was definitely college. So it had to have been at the latest 2004, 2003. 2003, 2004. And then after that, I'm like, all this stuff is on the internet. This big, thick thing that gets shipped to my house every year is nothing more than just the recycled paper weight. And even at that time, I knew that the internet won, because even my dad and my mother were like, just go look it up on the internet. Because I don't know about you when you were a kid, if you didn't know a word or something, you would have, my parents, go look it up. I don't know how to spell it. Go try and figure it out. Here's a big dictionary. That's what we learned, and that's what I tried to teach my son Franklin to do when he was getting to the age where he wanted to expand his vocabulary. But he wasn't quite sure how to use certain words. I gave him a traditional dictionary. I said, look it up here. This will give you etymology, give you the whole 9 yards.
Right.
That means nothing to the kids these days.
No, you can highlight the word and hit define, and you instantly get into the full dictionary answer.
And the traditionalist inside me is like, what the F are you doing? But the pragmatist is like, no, why would you waste time
Right.
flipping through? It's like the Dewey Decimal System. That worked for a bit. But now we just have
a long bit. Yeah.
That worked for a bit. But now it's all digitized and you don't have to worry about decimal anybody. Dewey or anything. Just look it up and it will be somewhere there. You
Right.
know? And I think embracing that has been kind of tough for me. Which is weird to say because I am, you and I are both technologists as our job as well as fans.
Right.
But there are certain aspects of the classic stuff that I'm like, I do see some value in it.
Right.
For example, Cursive.
No. Okay, we'll get to that in just a second. No, I was going to say, I think like a very quick even thing of just like, hey, just show me you know how to use a dictionary. Like, show me how do you know how to use a paperback dictionary of just like, if you need to find the word, desire, show me how you get to it. And they like, I would imagine any kid who would be like, oh, this is alphabetized D, I, going, just doing the thing and just, okay, you know how to at least do that. Cool. Because I think it's like a situation of just like, as long as you know how to do the analog way, use the digital way. Like, just make sure, like, especially with how simple a dictionary is of like, just like, do you know how to spell it? Cool. Just go down the line. And then be able to find it.
The greatest analogy to that is we grew up using calculators, but our parents didn't.
Right.
Your uncle and aunt didn't, or whomever. But we use calculators. That's a tool. It didn't necessarily give us the answer every single time. We still screwed up and made mistakes with the calculator.
Human error.
Right. So it's still a factor. But we know, to your point, we know the basics. And I think like my daughter right now, she's learning arithmetic. She's learning multiplication. So when we were at the aquarium here in Draper, I quickly was able to count how many TVs were on this like wall. She's like, "How'd you do that so quickly? 4 down, 4 across." And I was like, "Did you learn that in school?" "No, not that way." I'm like, "Cool." And I taught her how to do grid multiplication. So that sort of thing.
Right.
But at the same time, if she's going to have a calculator on her phone, on her watch, on her computer, then, once it gets into the more scientific stuff, use the calculator. I don't expect you to know all of that.
There's some easy ways, there's some tricks and stuff, but like at the end of the day, the notion of, I mean, we've talked about it on the podcast before, the old notion of you'll never have a calculator in your pocket always. It's like I have like 4. Do you want the one I can draw on? Do you want the one I can type on? The one I can talk to? Like, what would you prefer? Yeah. Because I can work with anything.
We were watching Squid Games, right? Okay. And they talk about the South Korean won and like 46 billion won.
Right.
I'm like, is that a lot? I don't know.
What is 46 billion won in US dollars?
Yeah, USD.
How much? That's another offshoot, like very fast.
It's about 40 million.
How many times do you think that question was asked to Siri once Squid Games gained popularity? Like the question, typing it into Google asking Siri and stuff. Sure. That question had to have just skyrocketed.
I would have loved to see that. Yeah, like that would definitely be like the turning point is like, oh, that's when Squid Games got popular. Like right there.
Right
like,
when
right around there.
You can see everyone asking that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, cursive. You think that's a skill that people should still learn?
Because it's still, to a small degree, it still gets used from time to time.
When?
You'll tend to see it in more highfalutin, like classy restaurants, for example. They'll use it on their menu, for example. So we went to an Italian place here in Salt Lake.
Okay.
Tucci's. Go check it out. I think it's Tucci's.
Anyway.
It's menu, entree, aperitifs, all of that. But they had some part of it in cursive. And right away, Nicholas goes, and not throwing him under the bus at all, but he never learned cursive. The school's
Right.
not teaching cursive.
Right.
He goes, what the F is this? And, his mother and I like, that obviously says blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, I can't read that.
Right.
And we said, this is why you need to learn cursive. Now, to a large degree, that is a tiny, 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 minute example of when cursive would be beneficial. But it's still beneficial.
So let me ask you this. Are you saying, when you say learn cursive, I'm going to separate cursive into learning how to write and learning how to read?
The other aspect of learning how to write cursive, Aurelia would say signature. Because you do not want your signature to just be block letters. Because that's, bad.
Right.
Right?
Have you seen my signature?
No.
It's not cursive.
Oh, is it not?
It's a Q with a bunch of squigglies afterwards.
Okay.
And if I'm really, really fancy, it's a Q with a bunch of squigglies and then a purposely big squiggly.
For the McDonald's M?
I don't have an M in my first name.
But you have McKinnon.
I only signed my first name.
Oh, you only signed your first name?
Yeah.
Who do you think you are, Prince?
No.
Quinnton.
No, I only signed my first name.
Okay.
But it's nothing special.
Okay.
The other thing, is I would say it is worthwhile to learn how to read cursive. Because that, especially just basic level, that shouldn't take that long. Now, if you're talking super elegant and italicized cursive, that can get really confusing really fast.
Yeah.
But if you're talking hopefully what is just a nice menu, you can learn that in a day of how to read cursive, because it's literally there's no other language or anything. It's just the letters are slightly different. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not anything even crazy. It's there's
an
a couple
uppercase G.
Yeah, there's
What
a
the
few,
F is that?
Yeah, there's a few letters in there that are what?
Are you trying to be a crane or something? What's that little swirl at the top there? Look, you is that your signature right here?
That's my signature.
Can I show you mine?
Hold on. That's not even a good one. That's more accurate.
Did I completely forget you were left-handed?
Probably.
Okay.
If I'm really fancy, it's it takes me a second. It's no, that's not even it. I have one photo of the perfect signature I've done.
Can I take a picture of this and use this as the thumbnail for a podcast?
No.
Okay.
Don't want my signature.
I don't know. I just, I don't want to put your signature out there, although it would be, for the visual people, it might be interesting to have it.
Right.
But as I was saying, I'll be the first to call myself pretentious when it comes to certain things. And I don't know if you guys have said this behind my back or not, but I agree with you.
Well, I think that's why we tease you, though, is to bring you back down to earth of hey, your friends aren't pretentious. And
Well,
so
I'm
we're
not
gonna
trying to
bring
make you guys pretentious.
No,
but
I know, but it's we're just bringing you back down. We're just cutting you down just a little bit. Just we're not trying to cut you down.
Right.
We're just trying to take a layer off. Just the edge. Just the edge. We're just trying to round you.
not too much because it's cold out.
That's probably why you're so edged. Just ding.
But the ability for me to read and write, and my cursive is terrible, mind you. My handwriting is terrible. But if they're not going to teach cursive, I feel like handwriting is important. Or is that even an archaic mentality?
Handwriting? I mean,
Just having legible handwriting.
I have some of the worst handwriting.
So do I, but
I honestly I think there's an eventuality in my future in which I take a handwriting course because it is that bad.
I will not write down quick notes on the post-it notes at home because I won't be able to read what I wrote. So then I ask Siri to do the thing, and then it will remind me at a later date the thing to do.
That is the best signature I've ever written. Took a photo of it because I was so proud of it.
Okay. I had this, one of my English teachers, Mr. Hayes, his signature included a happy face built into the swirl of his Y.
That's cool.
It was so cool. Like it doesn't matter, but it was cool. But this is mine. Like,
why the like?
you want to know why?
Okay.
My dad did that, and I want to be like my dad.
All right.
Like you've been.
No, I get like all this. This is, it's a mess, but it this, and then all of a sudden it's like wee.
It's a slide.
It's a slide. Oh,
It's a slide.
There you go.
It's a slide for this make-believe little molecule that's going down, and then he gets shot off into the distance.
Back up and dead.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, I realize that education is evolving. It's getting a lot better now. The school that Nicholas is going to, they have gone away from grading the kids on busy work and grading them on their actual knowledge, which is really impressive.
Right.
And I hope more schools do this.
Right.
But there are some aspects where I'm like, all right, I don't think we need to learn how to balance checkbooks anymore, but maybe we should learn how to do minuscule penny investments, or what actually crypto is, or how to actually balance your checking account with a savings account with overdraft, evolve that kind of knowledge.
Like when you say checkbook, like a genuine old school checkbook.
Yeah. Because I know
boy.
one of our conversations was we didn't learn that when we were kids. And I wish I would have learned that, and I would have just changed that analog to digital,
Right.
and we would be fine.
Here's how to do a budget in Excel.
Right, but there's no reason to have to go all the way back to analog right now just to know how to do the digital. We can teach
This
kids
is definitely
now to do the digital. Kids learning programming are not going to learn Fortran unless they really want to.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, there's no reason to
COBOL
learn the old
is
thing.
still used, but it's such a tiny area of expertise that
Right.
only the super, and I don't want to disgrace anybody, so I'll just say the super fan of COBOL will go into it and get paid lots of money to do it, but the rest of everybody else are going to go into Python and C# and blah blah blah.
Right. No, that makes sense. It's are they really teaching them how to do how to have a genuine old school checkbook, write down your transactions?
No,
and,
they're not. But I'm saying if they're not gonna if they get into actually teaching life skills, because that was one of the things that you hated from school.
They aren't.
They are not.
Okay.
I'm saying if they do decide to, that
there's no reason to teach the old school.
Yes.
Here's the manual way of doing
right.
it. Yeah.
So there are some aspects where I feel go straight to digital.
Yeah.
That's one of them. The other aspect of at least dip your toe in the analog is the dictionary, just so you know how to look at alphabetized things.
Right.
And then also just being able to read, maybe write a little bit of cursive.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think I learned a little bit of cursive, but if you asked me to write down even the word "and," I think I could do an okay job, but it would take me a hot minute. It would take me probably 2 minutes straight to write the word "and," and that's just because I'd be second guessing every move of the pen.
The weird thing for me when I was learning cursive was the lowercase n had 2 bumps, and the lowercase m had 3 bumps. Now, I don't know if that is the same across the board, but if I were to write "and" for you in cursive, actually it'd be like that.
Yeah, that's about what I would be at.
Right?
I mean, not nearly like that.
That hurt my head, actually.
Because mine would be more like that.
Yeah.
That's how I would guess. Like, at least yours looks like something nice. And yeah, my handwriting is just atrocious.
Unfortunately, we have a lot of like visual stimuli here. That's not going to help anybody. Just know that
His looks better. His is a lot smoother.
It's not great.
You can see the confidence though in the pen movements. You can see every movement of just like,
I don't know if there's confidence.
There's a lot of confidence.
There was a lot of BS, dude. Like
there's BS, but there's confidence in the BS.
Like if we had one of those FBI signature like experts, like this is where he lifted his pen.
Right.
That's where and the BS starts right there.
Right. Yeah, mine would be like this whole thing, like they would take the evidence.
Was that
and just
his
scribble it out.
7-year-old nephew who wrote that?
Getting to the end of November, literally the last day of November.
I
so
gotta pay rent tomorrow. Okay, yeah,
yeah, same here.
Yay!
Bills, yay! What's on your Christmas list this year? What are you hoping for? Give me big, give me small. What's Tony hoping for? Give me outlandish. Give me everything.
All right. Well, if I were to go and get an outlandish gift that was still like within something I could see possibly happening,
Tesla Model X
would not be that, but it would be like a drone.
Okay.
All right. I could see like I could see Aurelia going in on a drone with her mother and her brother. They all pitch in and get like a good DJI drone or something like that.
One of the Costco ones, the minis or something like
yeah,
that.
Yeah, sure. I could totally see that.
Okay.
I don't really need it though.
Okay.
So like
this whole conversation is about wants. This whole conversation is about wants. There's no needs here. You need socks. You need underwear.
I don't even really want it though.
You what? Then why'd you say? Okay.
Because she knows that I've been eyeing one.
But
it's been like, but that's it. Mm-hmm. Like she'll know when I really want something when I linger on it for more than 5 seconds, whether it's in person or on a website.
Okay.
And as of late, when a drone pops up, when we went to Costco yesterday or Sunday, we passed the drone. Nothing. Like I had no like.
But you've seen it before, and you also like. I think you've developed.
She hasn't.
Okay.
Like part of me, if I really wanted it, would be, hey honey, look, and FYI, that price is better than if you go to Best Buy or retail or anywhere else. So FYI, that
Okay.
So
I like it.
But I didn't do that.
Okay.
So the one thing I really do want is a C-stand. And a C-stand, for those that are in photography, know that it's basically just a floor stand that looks like you could mount anything onto it. A light, a microphone, a camera.
Okay.
So I would like a C-stand for overhead shots when I'm doing unboxings and things like that.
Okay.
Work could buy it for me. Aurelia could get it for me. Don't really care. It would be used, and I would be very, very happy. An outlandish thing that I really, really want but don't need. I don't really have anything. Like my things have gone more toward the pragmatic. Like I do need new underwear. Yeah, thermals. Now that I'm in a place of weather where there's seasons, more thermals than just one would be much appreciated.
There you go. Did you guys pick up some like cheapo ones from Costco?
No.
Okay, so you have none right now.
I have one thermal top.
Oh, just a thermal top.
Just the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want you to know, did some testing. So on the topic of thermal tops and thermals in general. So last year I had a set of synthetic thermals, right?
Okay.
So polyester or cotton or whatever it was. Well, cotton, but anyway, like a blend, whatever it is. The Costco one. After like a day of going skiing or like heavy activity, they'd get pretty stinky.
Okay.
If you use them twice, they'd obviously be really stinky. Okay. They need to be washed constantly. I have a new set of smart wool.
Smart wool, right?
Yep, smart wool, top and bottom. I I think 4 or 5 days on them without washing them.
Does this include the 22 run
Yeah.
day?
Yeah, yesterday.
Okay,
Yeah.
yesterday, yeah.
They don't smell like I wore them.
Do you have them here?
Yeah. All right.
Are we gonna?
Yeah.
Are we doing live?
You smell my armpit.
I'm smelling your armpit. I don't. Yeah, it's like we're brothers from different mothers, from countries and different places.
This is the shell I'm currently using. This has roughly the same amount of days on it,
Hey, that's mine.
but it's obviously not wool,
Yeah.
and it's had days where I didn't use smart wool
Smart
with it,
wool, yeah.
right? So give that a sniff. Find the armpit.
Okay.
Yeah, not great, right? Probably was a pretty rough experience once you found that. That looks like a rough experience. Okay, this is the smart wool top that I've put 4 or 5 days on. That's got 5 days of wear on it.
Smartwool.com slash still recording is not a place you can go, but wow.
Right?
Okay, not sponsored. Seriously though, no, wow, that's really impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 5 days of constant skiing on it.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that would go on my list of wants slash needs.
You're right.
The other like wants I would ask are more for like digital currency within Roblox and Minecraft, so I could buy stuff for my daughter and with my daughter.
With your daughter, I'll give you. If it was just for your daughter, I'm like, then that's her Christmas list.
Yeah,
We got to focus on you. We need more selfishness from Tony. I want to hear, like, what does Tony want, like, for Tony?
I really don't know, man.
I'm going to get you a GoPro tripod mount for Christmas.
Okay, I'll give that to Nicholas because he has a GoPro.
Does he?
Yeah.
What year? What one?
I think we got him the 8.
Okay.
The Ocho.
What does he do with it?
Nothing.
All right.
He was planning on mounting it onto his bike and then having like a POV of him riding around.
Then you got his bike
Vacaville,
stolen.
then he got his bike stolen. Well, no, actually, we didn't bring his bike here.
Oh, his bike's there.
His bike is there. And
Okay,
it's
so he needs a new bike
He
here.
needed a new bike, period.
Okay, well,
But-
thing on his Christmas list probably.
I mean, for him,
Well, that's what I mean.
super easy. It's either a bike or a gaming desk.
Bike, easy.
Well, you say bike. I say bike because he has a desk right now, just not a gaming desk.
What is a gaming desk?
A gaming desk to him is a desk that when you look at it, it just screams gamer. LEDs.
You can add LEDs to a desk. Get him an $10 LED kit.
He has that around his room already.
But on his desk? Like
No.
one of the adhesive kit? Yeah, you can get one from Home Depot, $10, and you'd probably have a cool gaming desk.
So it's the same desk that I used to use in my apartment when I first moved out after my...
The wood one?
No.
Okay.
The plastic one from Staples.
I think I know the one you're talking about. And there is, like, okay, maybe there's something to be had there of, like, going to IKEA and getting something, not a gaming desk, but at least, like, something a
Here's
little
the
more.
problem with that.
Okay.
Sold out. Name a retailer, very much sold out. Like desks in general right now, or almost any kind of
Wonder
furniture. Yeah. So I found some, not necessarily gaming desks, but desks he could use for gaming
Right.
and that he could add stuff onto.
Uh-huh.
I found them on Amazon for like $70, $90.
It's great.
Things like that.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So it's either that or we get him a bike that would be able to withstand not only this weather, but also be able to withstand like him doing like the the stoppies and like the power slides that he likes to do and stuff like that. It's a little. We found one at Walmart, and his initial thought is, well, it's Walmart, so it's obviously garbage.
I don't blame him, to be fair. I don't blame him off the bat, but keep going.
Off the bat, he's not wrong, but this is a Schwinn. And I looked it up, and this is one of the more higher end Schwinns that they have at Walmart.
Okay.
And it's already $600.
Yikes.
So and then I looked at how much that is like for the other bikes of that caliber, and it's right there in the middle. So if he wants like a really nice bike not purchased at Walmart, 600, 500, 600 is around that ballpark price where it's like, all right, this is what a quote unquote nice bike is. You know? Yeah, so it's either, a bike that, yes, it's more money, but it encourages him to get out of the house and not be playing Rust all day.
Right.
Or the desk that he really, 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 really wants, and he's still on
I would
that
try
desk.
to talk him into like if you are patient with the desk, you'll get something that is like chef's kiss level. But if you want to hurry and you want to get it now, you'll get something that's like, like it's a gaming desk, but it's pretty low end gaming desk. And that's what I would try to tell him of like, hey, yeah, we can get you a gaming desk. You don't want the ones I can get you right now, though. I promise you.
Case in point, when we bought him the computer that he needed for his esports team, we had that whole discussion about how he would pay us back, all that other stuff. Still trying to kind of work that out, if I'm being honest with you. He's gotten a lot better with homework, which is good.
Okay.
Not 100% better, but at least
steps are steps.
30% better. Steps are steps. It's going in some direction.
Right.
But, I only had one extra monitor to give him, and it was maybe 60 FPS, right? So he's playing these like desktop games like League of Legends where people are running off of 240 FPS and stuff like that, and he's on low 60s, and he's getting killed left and right because he just doesn't have that quick twitch ability that other players have. And he said, he's like screaming, like, I want a better monitor.
Okay.
And I know he's not mad at us. Like,
Right.
I know he realizes that, we're doing the best that we can. We're giving him something. It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not going to give you a $1,100 computer with no monitor. Like, what the hell, what's the point of that? But I'm like, I understand your frustration, but the reality is you don't need a monitor. You want it.
Right.
What you need are new clothes because your long pants come to your ankles. And even though that is apparently a style now, that's not your style. So it looks like you're wearing clothes for a 10-year-old when you are in fact almost a 6 foot tall. No, he's not even almost. He's a 6 foot tall 14-year-old. So you need new clothes. Sorry, not going to buy you a new monitor.
Right.
But monitors that are at least 144 frames per second, much cheaper now.
Yeah.
Much cheaper.
Yeah, we're
now.
starting to get really good.
Oh, it's so nice. Like, I would even go to Costco and get one.
Right.
I know that's where you got yours. And
It isn't, actually. I got mine at Best Buy.
Oh, I thought you got yours at Costco.
No, my two of them I got at Costco.
See,
my 4K I
Not
got.
the 4K, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
two of them I got at Costco. My 4K I got at Best Buy.
Yeah. See, don't make me a liar.
Price match, too.
But that's enough about me and my family. What about you? What is the pinnacle? Not too crazy. Not the like a limited edition Subaru Solterra.
Oh my gosh!
With the weekend usage of the Tesla Roadster.
There you go.
Not like that. What is it that you really want but not necessarily need?
I think a GoPro. I think I'm ready to come back to GoPro.
Back to.
I had a Hero 2, to give you an idea of how long ago it was. A Hero 2.
Okay.
And I didn't really use it that much. I got sold on it. I thought that, it was really cool. Like, you can take like action shots and go do things and like have fun with it and like record these cool things that you're doing. And after I got it, years went by and I'm like, I'm not doing anything cool. Like, what am I doing that's like, record worthy, that is worthy of busting this out that I can't just do with my phone, right? Because my phone, as years passed, my phone got better and better and better. And it's like, okay, I can go wide angle, but like that thing recorded at like 720p when you're talking, or it was even less, I think, when it was higher frame rate. And then I think the maximum was like 60 at 30
30 at 1080.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah. We didn't know any better back
then. But
then.
Yeah, it was back then. So that was the standard. But anyway, but I didn't really use it. Like I was just like, it was fun to have, but there was never a moment where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy I have this GoPro.
But now you're skier ski.
But now I'm doing things outdoors. I'm going hiking. I'm obviously skiing a ton. I'm like getting out in the mountains. I'm doing stuff, and I'm like, I kind of want a GoPro again. And it's like, I know there's a difference here because in all the years past, I've watched GoPro. I've watched them develop, like not hard, but I've definitely like watched like, oh, the new model's out, it has all these features. And I can tell the difference between the different years of like, you asked me 2 years ago, I'd see the ad for GoPro and I'd be like, that's cool. That's really awesome. But it would be no like, oh, I need that. That's so cool. Like I want the new tech. It's just like, that's really cool tech, but it doesn't appeal to me, but I can appreciate how awesome it is, what it can do. And now it's like, now it's appealing to me again. Now all of a sudden I'm like, I could do one of those. I could rock a GoPro again. So yeah, I think right now it's a GoPro.
All right.
I mean, obviously a drone would be cool too, but like the places I go hiking and skiing don't allow GoPros, especially during the ski season.
Yeah.
That is like doubled down. Like the first one's kind of like, could we not? This one is like, you will get like
banned.
Yeah.
But I have a season pass. Like,
well, let me see it. Cool. Now you don't have one. So yeah, I'd say that a drone would be cool, but like again, I don't have a ton of use for it. I think it'd be fun to like be able to sneak it out. And there are
it though?
Yeah. But between that and a GoPro, no, I'd rather just take the GoPro.
There you go.
So yeah, I think the GoPro's on the list. I would love a new pair of headphones that are specific to wearing them under a helmet. Because right now I have two solutions. I have a pair of, they're called chips. They're about that thick, which it's like a stack of like 10 quarters, right? There's about 10 quarters.
Okay.
On top of each other, maybe thinner, maybe 5 anyway. And they go in the sides of your helmet and you can listen to music and stuff. You can get a wireless one or a wired one. The thing is, they're, as you can see, they're fairly thick.
Yeah.
And they can cause some discomfort if your helmet doesn't have the proper padding for it, or if you make the padding for it, it can really bulk out your helmet. It looks weird. The other solution I have is wearing a pair of just Apple headphones, which again is fine. Like, listen to music. They don't really bother my ears at all. Like, whatever. The issue there is that the controls are almost impossible to use with gloves. Yeah. They're tiny, and they're meant for fingers and stuff. Right. They're not meant for giant gloved hands. Especially when under, like, it's not even like, oh, it's just grabbing it and like feeling it out with the gloves. No. It's in your collar, like you're going through 2 layers. You're going through your gloves plus like a jacket or something like that to press a button.
Right.
And it's not as simple as, like, unfortunately, they're not as, what I wouldn't mind is even if it was that small, but it was a single button where I could just like pause play and I could just have the volume set.
Sure.
But it's not that. It's 3 buttons. It's volume up, volume down, and pause play. And that's a problem. So I haven't quite figured out a solution. That would be a fun Christmas gift, is here's a solution to this, is here's a pair of wired or wireless headphones that have a pause play feature that is like, the chips are super nice. One of the chips in your headphone, the whole side of it is the pause play. You like can literally just like smack it and it'll pause play.
Yeah.
I would love that for a pair of headphones where it's like I can press it wherever it is on my body, but like it's just a simple, like, I can just hit it bluntly and it will do the job that it needs to do.
So you're looking for like an extra Bluetooth controller then?
I mean, that would work too. I really don't have a preference on like any of this. It's just more like I would love something that's like headphones that are built for that.
Yeah, because you can't easily do it on the Apple Watch with gloves either.
Yeah. And also I have my watch in water mode. For skiing. I mean, like hiking and stuff, but then again, I don't wear like major headphones. I would love to try those headphones you told me about. The ones that hook onto your glasses to listen to music.
Oh,
You still have those?
I still have them.
Okay, when we get into like the summertime,
Yeah.
I might take them out and try them because
Make sure not to throw them out.
We'll see if he already has.
No, I don't. I haven't yet.
No, because honestly, like there's been a couple times where I'm like, I wish I could listen to music, but I don't want to close off the outside world because I want to be able to hear my surroundings because I feel safer that way. Yeah, hearing the puma running at me at full speed isn't gonna do much, but at least I know it's coming.
I heard you.
Gotcha. Yeah, but it's that like sense of security thing of like I can at least hear my surroundings.
Oh,
so
totally.
the idea of those headphones hooking to the rim of your glasses and being able to just listen to them ambiently, that sounds pretty cool.
Well, review coming out soon. Laser Tech TV.
Coming out soon. 6 months later.
Yeah, it has been a while. Shoot. All right.
No, I mean more like for when that could happen.
Oh, okay. Well, it's already been like 3 months since they were expecting a review, so yeah.
Anyway.
Well, guys, thank you so much for listening and or watching this episode. Brought to you here from Snowbird at the Cliff Lodge. Quinnton, thank you for arranging this. And I know it wasn't for us, but thank you for inviting me into your room. Where can people find you?
On Instagram and Xbox at Firewall.
Folks can find me those places under Lazy Tech Tony. You can follow both of us under Still Recording Podcast on Instagram. We are on YouTube as well too. So if you want to watch the video version of this audio portion, and these videos should be popping up on Spotify video podcasts as well too, very, very soon. So take a look at that. And until the next time, y'all have a good one. Later.
Bye, guys.
Heart